What is up, everybody? Ryan, ATX Metal Podcast, back again with another showcase artist interview. Today, we've got Darkness Divided on the line. We got the vocalist here with us. We're going to take a little dive on the band's, history and everything from when they started to where we're at. But they are headlining our show on December 6th at Come and Take It Live. What year is this now? The 11th annual. I haven't thrown 11 shows, but this is the 11th year that we've been doing this. And whenever I got wind that Darkness Divided was up on the bidding block for doing some shows, I reached out to him via Anthony Stevenson. Shout out the homie. And I personally have history with you guys just from being around back when you guys were pretty on the up and up. But we'll get to that. Again, December 6th, Come and Take It Live, the showcase. We got 7 artists. Obviously, Darkness is headlining. Sims Foundation is going to be there. Really, really glad that they're going to be on board and joining us there. But anyway, let's get to the good stuff. Gerard, tell us who you are, where you're from, what you do in the band, and then we'll just go from there, man.
Yeah, so I'm Gerard. I'm one of the guys from Darkness Divided. I yell at people and get really sweaty. I'm from San Antonio, just a little south, 35. I was born and raised there. I technically live in Floresville a little bit, so I'm more south now, but yeah, I've lived here my whole life, minus when we were touring and stuff. And yeah, excited to get back to Austin. The last time we were in Austin was 2018. Oh,
It has been a minute, as they say.
yeah, that was a great show too. I was trying to remember the lineup beforehand, but I remember Fifth for an Autopsy was there. I want to say Die Hard as Murder was there. It was one of Anthony's big fests, and it was our last Austin show. Yeah, actually, a funny story about that show. We had just played with Spite in Vegas and somewhere else, and we were playing that show. Our whatever click track we were doing, and I'm not the technical guy, so I can't give you the whole thing, but basically the headphones weren't working, and they let us use their whole entire headphone rig because they had just played right before us for that show, and it was like barely made that one. I think we started. They were like, "Nope, you got to start playing right now." And we're like, "All right, let's do it." So excited to be back and not hopefully not in a rush with broken stuff. You never know, though.
It's just one of those things that something could go wrong, and you practice and you practice and you get your rig set up and you get it dialed in. I mean, hell, I was just interviewing Future Ghost, and Seth has a little bit of OCD. He has like his whole rack color coded. He has like a schematic for it, where all the plugins go, where it routes to, and then just something could happen, such as like your in-ears just take a shit. You're like, well, there goes that. How do you, what do you do? It's not how do you dwell on it? It's like, how do you recover, right? And even if you had to go out there without in-ears, like, okay, let me ask that question. If you had no option, what would have been the fallout for that show? No in-ears, no monitors.
I was gonna say, we don't do in-ears. We're not that fancy. So it was literally all we ever do. We're not that good. No, all we ever do is the drummer has the click and like some of his parts or whatever and stuff. So I guess at that point, it's just figuring out if he's gonna be able to hear anything himself. But if he can't hear himself, then oh man, I don't know. Well, we would stumble through some stuff, I guess.
He would have just been hitting things like, God, I don't feel good. Oh my goodness.
We'd play the less tracky stuff.
Well, for those, yeah, right. Let's just not play the tech death this go around. Let's just do more of some of this 4/4 over here. We'll be good.
There you go.
But for those that don't know Darkness Divided, give us like a little brief bio of when you guys started, who were the OG former band members, and then how we got to where we're at today. Because you guys have a little bit of a break in your Wikipedia. Actually, I was shocked that you guys actually do have a Wikipedia, but it does need to be updated. I just wanted to let you guys know. Got to get some more citations in there to play catch up. So we'll give you a chance here.
The lore is out of date on Wikipedia, and that's the most good source out of anything. So I'm surprised.
Dude, Real quick. People used to shit on Wikipedia about it not being a good source of information because it can be edited by actual people. But when you do request an edit or something, like there are citations to credible sources multiple times each. So the fact that you actually do have a Wikipedia means that there are credible sources of information out there that are truthful to, what is the band. So anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to like take a left turn there. I was just, shout out to
Something
Wikipedia.
that AI hasn't taken over yet, or it's on its way.
Right.
Yeah, well, I guess kind of the quick hits for us. We formed. It was me and my two brothers who are in the band, Joe and Chris. We formed the band. Well, I mean, I guess we started playing in the garage like every other person, right? Covering. You got your like diet metal bands that are get you into it, like Avenged Sevenfold and so on and so forth. And that was something that Joe and Chris. We're all 1 year apart, so we're all really close in age. I'm just the oldest, but
Okay.
they're all on the same wavelength when it comes to music, at least back then. And so I was kind of the one right behind. Like I liked Yellow Card and like pop punk stuff. And then so they were writing all this music and they were playing and jamming, and they were just like, for me, I was like, I was just there. I didn't have anything. I had to be the one who started yelling at stuff. Um, we started writing some music, played our first show at the White Rabbit, San Antonio, April 23rd, 2010. I remember that day. And
Woo.
yeah, a long time ago, man. And it was like always like, let's see if we can get someone to book our band. Let's see if we can do it again. Let's see if we can go play somewhere else that's not San Antonio. And it kind of was just like that. I used to, we put out an EP. We actually went to, I know it's a sore subject now, but back in the day, we went and recorded our first EP at Lambisa Studios in California. And after that point, I started going to college. My brother Joe started going to college the next year. And we just had lots of different members at the time, a lot of good friends that we went to high school with and whatnot. And I would just book us little runs like spring break, summer, anyone that would take us, man. We would go make it happen. My brother Chris, I mean, even at that age, was like 17 years old. So like my parents would come and we'd be like family vacation, man. It'd be a good time. Uh, Lots of good days. And then once my brother Chris started going to college, and he was like, I just don't want to do this anymore. Let's make a real run for it. He kind of sat down, me and him. At this time, I was living at my grandparents' house, going to school closer in town when I was going to college. And he came over and we made our first EPK. And we are like, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to step up our, everything that matters to labels, like our marketing and social media and blah blah blah. And we were gonna record our first album, whether we could get labeled to help us or not. We started writing the music for it, and then we put out a single, which I'm gonna blank on what it's called, but it's off of
Hold on, I'll help you out.
in
I'll help you out.
2013. But at that time,
Let's see.
Yeah, gosh, now it's really gonna bother me.
Spotify's got it in chronological order as The Truth.
Not that one. That was like off that
That's
first
two.
EP.
Yeah, that's March 11, 2012. Then we got Chronicles,
That's the EP.
which has one, two. That's
Yeah.
the EP. So then
The next one.
Redeemer.
No, that was just kind of there's two more
Single.
songs in there. Yeah, Redeemer and Voyager, the singles. The next one, which it might not even be a single on there anymore because we ended up putting it on the album.
Poof.
Remnants.
Breaker.
That's what it's called.
Remnant. Oh,
Yeah,
yep. As soon as I click on
there
it.
you go. So we had that's funny. Can't remember. I'm saying we're not playing that one. I haven't played in a long time. But
yeah, by the way, we're not playing that one.
But anyway, so we had done that song. And at that time, that summer, I had booked us a bunch of these shows. Like we were gone for like a month on the road, and we would go play all these Christian metal festivals, like Sunshine Festival. Cornerstone was a thing back then. Life Fest, and all these things, right? And we got
Mm-hmm.
to know HM magazine. I don't know if you ever listened or saw that magazine, but they would,
HM?
yeah,
That sounds very familiar.
yeah. So this is going way back, but back in the day when we were in high school, there was this TV station. It was called KTV, and they would play Christian metal music videos at like some part of the night. And that's how me and my brothers, besides like the old face down samplers or solid state samplers that you get at Warped Tour and all this stuff, that's how we would find a lot of our music. So like they'd play like A Plea for Purging, As I Lay Dying, they'd play, Haste Today, all these bands that we liked. And in that they had a really good connection with this magazine. It's called HM Magazine, Heavy Music Magazine. And the guy, David Stagg, would actually go to all the festivals and he'd be there and he'd, do the marketing, he'd interview bands, he'd pick up stuff. So we became really good friends with him. He's actually out of Houston. Yeah. And we never saw him in Texas. We'd always see him like Illinois or wherever we were, Minnesota stuff. But anyway, so we became good friends with him. He took that song and he sent it to a bunch of labels that he was friends with. And sure enough, after that day, me and my brother sitting there making making all those ideas, and then going out and playing music, that's when we got our record deal or Victory and put out a couple albums. And then everyone wanted to get married, man. Yep.
They wanted to like settle down and shit. Like,
Stuff
what are
like
you
that, man.
doing?
And we
When-
suddenly being on the road for 6 months out of the year wasn't gonna happen no more. So we put the band down in 2018. And then after that, man, I mean, obviously it's I'm related to most of the band, so we get together all the time. And Sebastian, who's one of our best friends, we see each other quite a bit. And Hayden, who's our drummer, we're all best friends or whatever. So we'd get together and it was like, what, it would be just fun to see, to get out there and play every once in a while. So that's kind of what we're doing. Like we were talking before this started. There's not really a whole master plan or anything, but put some music out and we've written some more songs. We just haven't nailed them down yet. And people reach out and if it makes sense for us and for our families, yeah, we're happy to play some gigs. So I appreciate you having us for our first Austin show in a little bit of time.
Dude, like I said, you guys dropped King of the Undertow, February-ish, early 2024. Like I said before, I either heard it, backburned it, missed the release, but again, I heard it and it's just good. Like it's just good metalcore, vibes. And my little history, like I said, I first heard of you guys off of a Victory Records sampler that included bands like Islander. You guys were on there, and I actually still have it. I think I was going through our chats and I actually took a picture of it, and I was like, "Oh, look what I found!" And then, dude, that whole compilation is just it's so good. It's a piece of history, like. So
Well, there's a
so
funny
why I
story
guess
about that sampler too, actually. And sorry if I'm waving around like a crazy person with a fly in my house somewhere. But they misspelled the song name on that sampler.
Really?
Yeah, so it's a song called Eternal Thirst, and they put Eternal Trust on there. And it was like way before we even had any of the other songs. Like we just did a mix for that one and just
Yeah.
put it on the sampler, which is awesome. So it's like the wrong album art, and there was no album art. So they just put something on there and misspelled it. So that's pretty funny.
They're just telling some intern. They're like, "Hey Joey, yeah, just it's something trust. I don't know, truth. Yeah, just get on MS Paint and just make something quick."
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But I mean, I'm glad we were on it. Those things were cool. I mean, like I said, that's how we heard a lot of bands back in the day.
I really enjoy stuff like that. I mean, and that's why I throw the showcase is I want to bring different sounds into the same room. Like you can take that sampler CD, throw it in your car. I mean, for those that still have CD players in their car, they actually stopped doing that. I can't remember. I've been in the automotive scene for over 10 years and I can't remember exactly when, but it was like late teens, early thousands is CD players in some models. They are no more. So, but yeah, you just ride around with that and just let it play. And it's just, who is this? Oh, who is this? Oh, who is this? So that's, why I throw these showcases is you're going to hear, like we have a very, I feel like we have the only thing that we don't have, I feel, is a solid hardcore act. Like we don't have that just knuckle dragging, Kubla Khan sound, or that I Am, or, just, I mean, because our hardcore scene here, and to include San Antonio's got a spicy little hardcore scene going on.
Yeah.
But what's what's it like when you guys what's it like in the hometown shows? I mean, you've played, correct me if I'm wrong, but I know with Memories and Broken Glass, shout out to the homies. Who else you guys played with this year?
This year, not a whole lot. We did in
Or was it
January, we played the Vibes Underground, which was cool because we actually I'm an insurance agent, so I actually kind of just sponsored that show or whatever, paid the rent. And I was like, hey, let's just have fun, man. So I booked
yeah.
a couple, I mean, a lot of we kind of handpicked the bands. So it was us, Bloodlines from the Valley,
Yep.
Postal, Left for Dead. Now,
Yep.
now I'm gonna be a jerk because Crossways was there. So a lot of great bands. 400 people came out, so that was cool. And then, and that was just on a whim. And then we did that Corpus show. Kind of went south, unfortunately, but we played in Corpus. The promoter was awesome, still had us, but the venue like fell out like the week before, so Memories didn't end up playing. But then we played San Antonio again for one of our really good friends, Jennifer Holt from Twin Productions. She booked our first show and booked us many times throughout the years. It was her birthday, so a couple weeks before it happened, she was like, "Can y'all play?" And I was like, "Let's do it." And then for that, we played when Shattered Sun came back last year at Brewster.
That's what I was thinking of, the Brewster Street
We did
Shattered.
that. We did Corpus with Impending Doom last year. And then we played with the Pawn in Houston last year. And then we played with the Pawn in San Antonio for our first show back. I think that's it. I think that's all we've done so far, and then we put the song out. So
Nice. Yeah. So for those that don't know, this will be their only Austin date. So get your tickets now. But you can you can go to the website to the link. You can put in Darkness Divided. You can put in any of the bands, or you can just pay us $25 at the day of show. Come in and put monies in my hand so I can turn around and give it to these fellas for creating the sweet sounds. So since you guys don't, I mean, you guys have a pretty good catalog. What can we expect sound-wise or song-wise to include anything that's not on the internet?
Well, we're not playing anything not on the internet. Everything you can get
Okay.
on the internet, yeah.
No deep cuts. No deep cuts.
No deep cuts, man. Yeah, no. We're we've fallen into like the songs that we love the most that we just like to play. So we pretty much stick to those. We do all the ones we have videos for and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like I feel like there's like two eras of our band, and it's like, and I'm awkwardly standing by both of them, right? Or they're sitting right behind me. So you have your more metalcore-ish sound, and then you have this one, which is, it's still metalcore, but it's got like more guitar solos and bigger choruses and stuff like that. And I feel like for the most of the band, we like to play most of the self-titled stuff, but we do a good mix of both for sure.
Okay. What about so speaking of, I mean, obviously the artwork behind you is obviously written in blood. I mean, that's just that's like, and I hope I'm sure you guys wear that song with honor. It's like that's like, the song, right? People are gonna lose their minds, and whenever you're announcing it, you're like, all right, this is our last song. If everybody knows it, come up here and sing it, and we're all gonna move up front. We're all gonna come sing it with you. Like
I appreciate that. I need help it.
But where did Kings come from? Was that something? Because I mean, again, to go dark in 2018 and then in early 2024 you just release this song and it's like poof, here it is, and now it's just, you know, we're all patiently waiting like, is there more, is there something down the road? But yeah, where did that come from?
Yeah, we actually wrote that part of those, like Sebastian and Chris wrote some of those riffs, like I want to say literally like the year after we broke up, like 2019.
Okay.
And then, I mean, it might have been later than that, but somewhere around there. And then same thing, man. We just, you know, life's busy, life moves quick, and you know, we knew we couldn't do the band at the same capacity that we had been doing it. But when, you know, more ideas come up, and we're very fortunate because my brother Chris has the studio, right? So, you know, if he's inspired, he just puts it down. And Bass is able to record himself too, you know, so they kind of did that for a little bit. And then I want to say gosh, probably I guess it had to have been probably it was just a few months before we announced that first show. We actually were like, okay, let's you know sit down and do the song together. And no one knows this because we didn't really talk about it or say anything about it. But that song is all 100% about fishing, and I don't think anyone got it. If you like,
Hold on, it's all about fishing?
it's
Really?
all about fishing. So if you go back, so I wrote the lyrics to where it sounds like you can if you go back and read it now, you probably laugh about it. It's kind of like fishing, which is the king of the undertow is a fish, right? And then but I wrote it like in a way where it's like you could like get some kind of like almost like spiritual meaning or something else about it. Like if you were like in there, like you couldn't really tell. So
Okay.
I was like, but you can kind of tell. At least I can tell because and that was cool because it was like when we were putting the first song back out, you know, we didn't want to like make it like it had to fit a mold or like we were super pressured to do it like a certain way or anything like that. We just wanted to put some music out, like we just wanted to do it, right? And so even when we were just shopping the idea, like in the studio, like putting it together, since it's just one song, there wasn't like a big theme to it. Like if you listen to our self-titled album, it's broken into three parts and it's like a whole entire journey, right? Lyrically and sonically and everything. This was just like we're guys, we're friends, we're putting this song out. Let's not take it too seriously, but seriously enough. And so it's cool. It was fun to do, and it took a lot of pressure off, and it made recording it a lot of fun. Um, and we had all these ideas, like we wanted to do like shoot a video of us fishing at like ponds and at the ocean or whatever and stuff like that, but never made it happen. But it was cool to get the song out. And if you look at the album art, it's just two guys on a boat fishing for that big fish.
Dude, yeah, I was gonna say this. For those, obviously, you can just go look. Well, it's not gonna zoom in, but yeah, that is a gnarly fucking animal that has climbed out of the oceans. I did not think fishing, but then again, I really don't. I really don't listen to the. It's not that I don't listen to the lyrics. The lyrics are there, and if I can understand them, and if I can come around and you know, if I listen to the song enough, obviously, but I'm more of a music guy, more of the audio, just the, you know, the guitars or the drums or the bass and or even the vocals. But like that's what got me into it was the actual sound, the song itself. I am now going to look at the song a little bit differently, knowing that it's just about fishing.
Yeah, we put it out, and then I don't. There was some YouTube channel that picked it up, like that just reviews like new artists that are or artists that are putting out new songs and stuff like that. I can't remember. It's a pretty popular one. And they were like, it just feels like the lyrics are like, you know, like the word undertow, it's like real generic and stuff. And I was like, they just don't know what the song's about.
They don't know. They don't know.
It's okay, man. Everyone's gonna listen to it their own way. That's how music is.
Of course. Of course. And I think that's, and I mean, it just goes to show that you can be a serious band, but you can put out music that you know is low key about something completely different. But everybody that hears it might hear this revelation of something, and they're like, just imagine standing in the merch line and they come up and they're like, "Oh my God, Gerard, that song changed my life." The lyric, you know, da 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 da, and in the back of your head, you're just like, "Hey, that's great. That's great. It was just about us on boats and ponds and lakes, but the fact that you just, had this spiritual connection to it. Perfect. Right. It is crazy how music can make you feel and, get you moving and grooving in the pit, get you, or just, hanging in the back with us old folks, just bobbing our heads, trying not to catch a bacchiotomy. But I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I know that you got the little one there to tend to, so I greatly appreciate you carving out some time. I'm glad that we did get to do this. Is there anybody you want to give a special shout out to? Thanks. And then the ats where people can follow you and support you.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. Well, I appreciate you. Thanks for having us come and play. And I know you've been playing our music for years. I've seen it all the time, and so I
Yep.
appreciate that a ton. That's always super helpful, and it's cool to have someone in the community doing what you're doing. So thanks for that. I'm excited to play.
Appreciate it.
Of course, always thanks to Come and Take It, Anthony Stevenson. Like we were talking about before we started this, he was really the only one who would ever book us in Austin. When we used to play at the Dirty Dog all the time, before he had his own venue and stuff.
Rest in peace.
He's a homie. Excited to see him. So appreciate that and the Austin scene and everything like that. No, nothing else, man. We're just excited to come play. A good way for us to end our year. For as far as like following the band, we're on all the things. We have a Twitter account, but I don't even know how to log in there and anything like that. And that's not called
Go ahead.
anymore.
I'll go ahead and tell you, Twitter is not where it's at for bands. It's either Instagram or TikTok.
Yeah. We don't have TikTok yet. We never moved over there. We're old, but Facebook.
Bunch of old bums.
We haven't made that transition yet. I haven't posted a lot of reels or whatever they're called. But anyway, Instagram, whatever, Spotify. That's aging me there, man. So,
He's like, just whatever they're called. Just them, their video things.
The little things that you can swipe while you're in the bathroom or whatever. But no, that, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff. So appreciate it.
Cool. Again, Gerard, thank you very much. I'm super excited to see you guys come throw down one last time, and the only time in Austin. So if you're a fan, if you missed them in their heyday, whenever they were on the swinging steps of victory, and had to call it not quits, but they just had to hang it up for a little bit. 2018, come on out. Day of $25, come give us that cash and get your butt in there and have a drink and buy some merch. We got an excellent lineup of locals all the way from San Antonio to Austin, Texas, to up to Temple. It's going to be great. I really hope to see, we're going to see some friendly faces, but I want to see some new faces. I want to see some new faces. So if you're new and you're coming out, make sure you find me and tell me, hey, this is my first time here, or hey, this is my first time seeing Darkness, or my first time seeing any of the other local bands. I would love to have that conversation with you. But until then, Gerard, my man, be safe. Take care of that little baby. My name's Ryan. This is the podcast, and we'll see you later.
Awesome. Thanks, man.